I'm Armie Armstrong from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and we're here in the Pingtan for the WingFoil World Cup. No, I'm not so much of a racer. We're really focused more on free ride and wave riding with our gear, but we've really supported the growth of the sport, especially up here in China. Our manufacturing base is up here, and I'm up here working quite often, and we do a lot of testing at the beaches here. There's a lot of great locations, and Pingtan's one of them. Gets heaps of wind, which we've had for the last couple of days, which has been awesome. And the event was here, so it was just too good an opportunity not to come and see what's happening in the wing race world. And it's been just mind-blowing how the equipment's evolved, the people's skill, and just the event, the whole thing. It's just been awesome. Racing is always amazing for product development and great for pushing the sport forward, and it's a fantastic fun for people who are racing. But as a business, it's really difficult because investing in race gear is always really expensive. It's time consuming. It's the pointy end. The gear's got to be really particular, and the market usually is quite small. And like with the Olympic racing cycle, with the kite foil racing, it was really complicated with some of the brands sort of vying for that position of the gear. And at this event, if it's open class, I'm really interested in it because that really is a development thing. If it becomes a more Olympic class, really closed box rule, it just means it's much harder to develop new ideas to come along. So I think what's really exciting here is all of the new ideas that are literally popping up in the last 6 to 12 months with wings and boards especially. And at the moment the kite race foils are still the foils to go for the fast guys, but I think that'll get more specialised as it goes too. Originally 10 years ago, people just would not even go in the ocean, like the Chinese people. Unless you're a fisherman, you just didn't go near the sea. But now, over the last 10 years, with water sports growing here, it was just a great opportunity to try and grow winging in China. And so sailing clubs or whichever beach club we could find that was interested to take some gear, we just helped them out, got the gear to the people, and yeah, all of a sudden, here you go, we've got a whole heap of local athletes competing at this event, and tour guys like in the top 20. It's epic. When the Chinese decided, okay, we're going to get into wing foiling, we see it as a legitimate sport that we were going to back, they got 50 kids from all around the country and put them into an intensive camp with coaches, nutrition, trainers, the whole lot. And some of those kids literally a year later, or just less than a year later, they're out here racing in the top 20 at this event. It's pretty cool. And I think one of the key things that winging has really opened the minds of globally is surfers. Now in the past, windsurfing and kite surfing never really grabbed surfers, they kind of hated it. But with winging, for some reason, the surf world has gravitated towards it, they're enjoying it, they see it as a total alternative for when it's windy, and that's really helped the explosive growth of winging. And the racing is just another part, another facet of it, and it's just fantastic to see how good the guys are going. But the growth of the sport is what's fueling all this development, because the brands are making some money, with all these different people who would never have got into windsurfing or would never have got into kiting. They're getting into wing foiling, and it's just so accessible and so fun, and that helps fuel all the development right through to the racing. It's just awesome. Where will winging be in 10 years? That's a really tough question. The development right now is so rapid, but I think it's only going to grow, especially, well, yeah, I was going to try and pigeonhole it, but you can't. There's so many locations. You can do it in any body of water, anywhere around the world. Lakes, glassy flat, spots with massive waves. I mean, it just has such a wide reach. I'm not going to make that call. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's going to be super cool.